Hi guys, I figured I'd do a video on what I promised about sharpening systems and different stuff. Today I have the wet dry sharpener. It's a 10-inch stone made by Win. Sorry about the angle here. I was originally going to start kind of with more handheld sharpening options and save this one kind of for last, but I was working on it today and I figured why not? I'm already set up to do it, and so I thought I'd share it with you guys today. Some of the features that is included here: it does have a leather strap on one side, has a 10-inch stone on the other side. It kind of mimics, it's kind of like the cheap version of the Tormek sharpening system, which has amazing reviews. People love it. So I've used this a few times. I wouldn't go so far as to say I love it. It does do the job. Depending on what I'm trying to sharpen, I would either recommend it or not recommend it, kind of dependent upon the job, which is also why I have so many different sharpening options. I did, along with it, you have to buy separately the accessory kit if you want to be able to do knives. I can't remember what it comes with one out of the box, but it's something that I probably don't need or wouldn't use. So I can't remember the exact price on it. I want to say it was around the neighborhood of $130 or so. The accessory kit was, I think, maybe another $30. So in comparison, the Tormek, you're looking at in the neighborhood of $1,000. So I don't know. I've never used a Tormek, so I can't necessarily say what this will do or won't do in comparison with the Tormek. But for the price, I figured it was worth giving it a shot, and I can't say that I'm displeased. It does what I hoped it would do. But let's operate it a little bit and show you guys kind of what it does. So this is kind of a standard clamp, knife clamp accessory, kind of like what you would find in a lot of different angled style sharpeners, preset angles. But clamps on there, it does hold it nice and tightly. You do have to keep this, if you're using it with a wet function, you need to keep this, there's a mark in there that you keep it full of water. And then you adjust this. I've already adjusted it for this specific knife that I'll be working on. But it does have a fine-tune adjustment where you can adjust just slightly. It comes with an angle guide so you can check your angles. I don't use this, I kind of eyeball it. Maybe I'm wrong for doing it that way, but that's what I do. But this, it's stable, it's fairly quiet. I don't really have any complaints for, you know, what it's advertised. I feel like it does exactly what it's advertised to do. So let's turn it on and show you guys. So that's all the louder it is. It's not terribly loud, it's kind of a low hum. I did also get, this comes from Tormek. It's a stone that, I don't know if it works properly on this setup, but on the one side it's more, it's rougher, on one side it's more smooth, and you just run it on your stone with the Tormek, and it's supposed to temporarily make it a finer grit or a more coarse grit, depending on what you're trying to sharpen. I've tried it, I don't know that I've noticed a difference. With this system, I definitely use a kind of a final sharpening option. It's kind of a rough sharpen. It is sharp, it'll do the trick, but I like a little bit more honed edge, so I use other options once I've used this to sharpen it. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You've got kind of a lip here, and it just sits against this rod here, and that's your guide, and it kind of keeps you where you need to be. You could hypothetically slide away from it and screw up your angle. For the curved blade, you do have to kind of roll it as you're coming off the end in order to get that whole edge. But all in all, I'd say it's a pretty decent system. I like it. So you just kind of run your blade across like that. And then I just feel for what side my burr is leaning to adjust which direction I'm going to go. And I do try to keep this plate on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this plate I do try to keep perfectly flat along here. It could affect things if you let it come to the side or to that side, depending on what you're doing. But all in all, I think it's a pretty decent system, especially for the money. Some of the reviews that I read online before I purchased it were complaining about how messy it is. So I kind of put a towel down in advance. I don't know that I need the towel. It doesn't really slop water around. It stays pretty much on the stone. There were people complaining about when they received their machine, the wheels weren't properly aligned and they would wobble when they turn it on. I don't have a problem. My strop side is nice and flat. My stone side is nice and flat. I think it operates well. With the strop side, I don't necessarily use the bar. Maybe I should, but I just go off a feel there. And they do include a honing compound with the machine for the strop. I don't know how high of quality that compound is. I'm sure it's not bad. I've used it. I don't say that it's amazing, but it does the trick. So, I mean, just a couple passes, and it's at least somewhat sharp. Pull it off the clamp. Passes, and it's not razor sharp, but good enough to cut paper. So that's kind of my thoughts and feelings on the Wen 10-inch wet dry sharpener. I like it. I've bought sharpening systems since I purchased this, if that tells you anything. So I'm not like in love with it or anything like that, but I feel like it does the job, and for the money, I don't feel like you can really go wrong. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for stopping by. This is Greg with PTSDBLADEWORKS.